What I'm talking about, veteran journalist Mr. Jones P. Madera has passed away. All right. He's one of those veteran journalists that you just can't not remember. Right. He was the editor-in-chief of the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. All right. And for which post, he was, he was removed because he had opposing views to Pastor Opandi and stuff like that. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys. That's the sad news for me. Yep.
Long time, but now I'm coming to you. I hope that you're fine. I didn't know I could feel this way, so I need you to hear this today. I ain't gonna stay too long, so I'm coming right away to tell you personally, personally, I come in to tell you about him, yeah, personally.
Personally, Michelle Sylvester. Where you going, Michelle? Michelle, Happy New Year. I realize, like, for the New Year, you block and delete certain people, girl.
I'm bringing it to you. I'm not writing it in.
So anybody close to Michelle Sylvester, tell her I say hello and hi. And like, you block and delete my girl.
Tell you, things will go wrong, things might look down, but keep trotting on and count it all joy. Count it all joy. He's in control, he wants your soul. Long time now, he's waiting for you. Hold on, I come in to tell you. Personally, personally, I come in to tell you about him, yeah. Personally, personally.
So we up and running on YouTube, and we going on Facebook in a short bit. Hello, good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Pastor Google, good morning, sir. All the best of the new year to you and your family.
Same to you.
May this year be a year of elevation, a year of fulfillment of the purposes of God, and just expansion on all fronts, in Jesus' name.
I receive all of what you said.
I said I'm going to call you early now, man. See if I can get you a little early.
You're calling late. I hear from since 5 this morning, so you're calling late.
Oh, I know you're calling in for books yesterday already, but I was in some meetings this morning. So, and I'm on my way to the office right now. So I said, let me get you a little holler. How things?
Well, things is things.
Let me tell you again, thanks for your visit. Really appreciate it. It spoke volumes for you to have left your home on that Sunday afternoon and make it all the way to Gandhi. And I look forward to doing some special things this year with you in attendance.
Amen. I received that.
And if you get quiet soon, I like to hear you a little loud. But have a good show, man, and let's continue to lift up Trinidad and Tobago in prayer. You know, we start the year with our state of emergency, SOE, and we pray to God that for the benefit of all of us and for the posterity of the nation, that we will be able to weed out the scourge of crime, and that will become the change they are expecting. And they will just not think it's another person's responsibility to be able to accurately navigate Trinidad and Tobago to the place where we all desire it to be. It would require a united front. It would require regional relationships. It would require justice and economics of equity in order for us to be able to look down into the future and hope that our children and grandchildren will have a place that they can call home and eat to continue to tell them their dreams of being able to do it. God bless you.
I'm going to play something. I'm going to play something. I would like to hear your view on it, though. I'm just digressing a little bit from the politics, and I want to play something, and I want to hear your view. So I wish if you could call back when I am through playing it. I want to hear if you agree or disagree.
Yes.
All right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes,
I'm going to play it now. So you could listen off here, and if you get a chance to call back, you could call back and tell me what are your thoughts about it.
Yes.
All right, man. Thanks. So, you know, I always hear this saying, and when I heard this video, I said, but I grew up on this saying, and this man has now trying to change the narrative about it. Now, I want you to listen to it, Trinidad and Tobago, and I want to hear your views on it. I want to hear your views on this statement here. Tell me, what are your thoughts about this? All right? Tell me what you think about this, Trinidad and Tobago. Tell me if you think what he's saying is true or not true.
Happy wife, happy life. It sounds noble, but men, let's be real. This mantra was never about love. It became a strategy to avoid confrontation. Keep her happy, keep her quiet, and keep the peace. But peace built on silence isn't peace at all. It's avoidance. And you can only sweep so much under the rug before you trip over it. In my new book, The Man the Moment Demands, I expose why this misleading mantra fails both men and women. It puts the wife on a pedestal as the better half while reducing the husband to a servant. The honey-do list becomes his identity. Intimacy becomes his reward for his compliance, and then resentment builds in his heart as nothing ever seems to be good enough. Men, passive-aggressively allowing your wife to always have her way doesn't create peace. It creates an illusion of it. And before you know it, your marriage is a mirage. That's why so many good men walk away from 20 or 30-year marriages they never felt truly a part of, only a provider for. It's time to reject the lie, happy wife, happy life, and embrace the truth. Happy spouses, happy houses. Shalom.
Boy, when I hear that, I say, what is man going, boy? What is man trying to do, boy? Oh my goodness. I heard that and I said I wanted to share it, you know. Share it and hear people's view on it. Interesting, eh? Very interesting, eh? Very, very interesting. The other saying that we hear a lot people say all the time, and don't put a proper explanation to it, is doing the same thing over and over is what, boy? Something is insanity or something like that. Or doing the same thing over and over and expecting a change is insanity. The other day I was talking to my nephews and nieces, and they were telling me that when they sit down and really think about that statement is incomplete to them, eh? And they explained why. Because they said that if you're saying to me doing the same thing over and over and expecting a change is insanity, then when I sit and evaluate my life and see where I need changes and see where I need to improve on, and I do it, you know, the same way over and over, and I see where I can make changes, then I don't see that as insanity. All right, let me take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hey, second back.
Wow. Big old man, you know. Why will you take your time to call you at the station to see? Wow.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, caller.
Understanding is the way to go, my brother. I want to think about what you just read. Understanding. It takes to the time, your brother. Then you see this life. Look out as usual.
Thank you very much. I call from a private number, the first voice you heard. And that is part of the society that we live in, eh? So when we feel that we could ignore and pretend as though we're not living around among people who sick mentally, it's a fact that we're living among people who sick mentally, yeah? When you go take up your phone and put it on private call and see what you just said, yeah, that is sign of now that if you want to tell me that is signs of mental illness, yeah, I think that's a sign of mental illness. Honestly, I think that's a sign of mental illness. You a big man, you know. You ain't no little child. You're a big man. It's sad. So, yeah, we were talking earlier on about what's happening in Trinidad and Tobago, and you know this whole discussion about the People's National Movement and what is going on. You know what is going on, boy? What is going on in the People's National Movement? Party mashing up? No, the party ain't mashing up. My thing is that this is something that most institutions and everywhere just go through. So I was telling you all that under Mr. Manning we had a similar, not similar, but we had people trying to create issues, the media trying to create an issue around Mr. Manning and Dr. Rowley. You still have people who think that, and you hear them say it all the time sometimes, that Mr. Manning warned us about Dr. Rowley. That same Mr. Manning would have endorsed Dr. Rowley. How come a little talk about that? How come you who does want to call in and about Mr. Manning warn me? The same Mr. Patrick Manning on June 8th, 20, right? On June, and it was June, yeah, somewhere around. Mr. Manning would have said he endorsed Dr. Rowley. He told Santana East to support Dr. Rowley. All of a sudden now, will they forget that? Well, they don't know that. So I'll play that for you now. So you can join me on YouTube. Yes, we are on our old YouTube page. If you don't know, well, yep, we are on the Street 919 FM. We are on, Iwer TV live broadcast on the Street 919 FM. You could join us on that page. Alright? You can join us there and you will find us. So let me play for you this video. I want to play for you a video. I want to play this video so bad today because it just ties in to the discussion that people are having.
Former PNM leader and Prime Minister Patrick Manning has been forced to break his silence about the leadership of the PNM and his future in the party following a published report claiming several MPs were lobbying that he return as political leader. In a one-page statement, the former PNM leader and Prime Minister is making it clear that he will not take part in any activity which is not in the best interest of the PNM and its leader, Dr. Keith Rowley. According to the former Prime Minister, he willingly agreed and signed a letter to the President in support of Dr. Keith Rowley as leader of the opposition and encouraged the San Fernando East constituency, which he represents, to nominate Dr. Rowley as leader of the party. He goes on to say that he has attended each sitting of the Parliament and supported the positions taken by the parliamentary team of the PNM, led by the opposition leader, and more importantly says that he has, quote, studiously avoided the limelight and not sought to upstage Dr. Rowley at any time, end quote. Mr. Manning goes on to make it clear that he continues to be loyal and committed as a PNM member and is a supporter of the PNM political leader Dr. Keith Rowley, who was elected according to the party's constitution. Referring specifically to the published report, which suggests that several MPs have been lobbying Dr. Rowley to be removed and replaced by Mr. Manning, he states, quote, I have neither approached any of my colleagues in the party nor any single party member in support of unseating Dr. Rowley, and does not intend to allow my name to be used by persons associated with acts of treachery involved in undermining the political leader, end quote. During his tenure as PNM leader and Prime Minister, the relationship between Mr. Manning and Dr. Rowley was the subject of much debate and headlines. Following the PNM's crushing election defeat, Mr. Manning resigned as PNM leader and has since made very few public appearances. For CNC3, I'm Melissa Williams. Former PNM leader and Prime Minister Patrick Manning has been forced to break his silence about the leadership of the PNM and his future in the party following a published report claiming several MPs were lobbying that he return as political leader. In a one-page statement, the former PNM leader and Prime Minister is making it clear that he will not take part in any activity which is not in the best interest of the PNM and its leader, Dr. Keith Rowley. According to the former Prime Minister, he willingly agreed and signed a letter to the President in support of Dr. Keith Rowley as leader of the opposition and encouraged the San Fernando East constituency, which he represents, to nominate Dr. Rowley as leader of the party. He goes on to say that he has attended each sitting of the Parliament and supported the positions taken by the parliamentary team of the PNM, led by the opposition leader, and more importantly says that he has, quote, studiously avoided the limelight and not sought to upstage Dr. Rowley at any time, end quote. Mr. Manning goes on to make it clear that he continues to be loyal and committed as a PNM member and is a supporter of the PNM political leader Dr. Keith Rowley, who was elected according to the party's constitution. Referring specifically to the published report, which suggests that several MPs have been lobbying Dr. Rowley to be removed and replaced by Mr. Manning, he states, quote, I have neither approached any of my colleagues in the party nor any single party member in support of unseating Dr. Rowley, and does not intend to allow my name to be used by persons associated with acts of treachery involved in undermining the political leader, end quote. During his tenure as PNM leader and Prime Minister, the relationship between Mr. Manning and Dr. Rowley was the subject of much debate and headlines. Following the PNM's crushing election defeat, Mr. Manning resigned as PNM leader and has since made very few public appearances. For CNC3, I'm Melissa Williams.
So, what are your thoughts about that? Because they don't tell you those things, you know. Remember, when people out there pushing the narrative, they doesn't want you to remember those things or hear those things, because remember, their narrative is, hey, Mr. Manning would have warned me about he. Basio Pandey warned us about Miss Bisasa too. And he died and never changed his tongue. Mr. Basio Pandey warned us about Miss Bisasa too. You can remember? You want me to play it back? You know, I just pull back them clip. You know, I could pull back those clips and play it for you. And some of you don't like when I do that. You know? You say, my whole long voice not to tell me, oh, we 2025. You reach quite there, you going back in the past. Oh, let us go back in the past to talk about Mr. Manning. Let's go back in the past and talk about O'Halloran. But you know, what can I say? What can I say? Yeah, so you all saw where Mr. Manning would have dealt with that. Right? You see where Mr. Manning would have dealt with that. So, Trinidad and Tobago, tell me, we have this issue, this. But you know, Ms. Bisasa made a statement while going into the Monday night forum on Monday. Ms. Bisasa compared what Dr. Rowley is doing to what happened to Donald Trump and Joe Biden and Ms. Kamala Harris. Listen to this. Imagine that.
They did so taking the impression of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris by undemocratically anointing Stuart Young as the successor to the Prime Minister. Unlike Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they will be defeated in the next election.
You hear that? Just like Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, she believes that she's going to get victory. Hello, good morning. Hello,
Pastor Google.
Hi, good morning.
Play for me the things Dr. Rowley say about Mr. Manning. Play that for me.
I want to ask you something. You heard what I just played about what Mr. Manning said?
I heard.
So you don't like that. You don't like that. So you want me to counteract it with playing something that was said in the past. So what Mr. Manning, what the banter between Dr. Rowley and Mr. Manning that would have happened before, before what Mr. Manning said. After all of that, you don't want to hear that. You know what you like? You are like a father who, because a son would have done something in the past, you know, throwing it back in the face. But you tell me so and so in the past, but the son telling you now, you know. But daddy, here we're going on now. Let me move on from that. Let me look to continue to build a good family now. No, you tell me in the past, X, Y, and Z. That what you doing?
Pastor Google, all I ask you to do is to play the things Dr. Rowley said about Mr. Manning.
And I'm saying to you
things
that Mr. Manning would have said after all of that has been resolved. That video is
Pastor
after
Google.
when Dr. Rowley became the leader of the PNM. Mr. Manning said here what going on. I am saying to my constituency, San Fernando East, to support Dr. Rowley as leader. You don't want to hear that. You want to hear what they say in the past.
Pastor Google, the old people that say once is a mistake, twice is a habit. 3 times Dr. Rowley stood up on a platform and run him out of Mr. Manning. Play that for me. I will leave it there.
You have to leave it there because you're nonsense for a big man. You see that video I just played there? They don't like that video, you know. You know that? You see this video? This video. They hate this video. They don't like this video. You know why you don't like this video? Because this video is Mr. Manning endorsing Dr. Rowley. You don't like that. You want enemies. You want them to be enemies. Talk about what he say against Mr. Manning. You don't want me to play this. And Mr. Leave it there. Take this.
Former PNM leader and Prime Minister Patrick Manning has been forced to break his silence about the leadership of the PNM and his future in the party following a published report claiming several MPs were lobbying that he return as political leader. In a one-page statement, the former PNM leader and Prime Minister is making it clear that he will not take part in any activity which is not in the best interest of the PNM and its leader, Dr. Keith Rowley.
Take that, Mr. Leafy. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Pastor. Mr. Leafy, I just try to raise the pressure.
No, you can't raise my pressure. Don't speak that over me at all. Not in 2025.
You have to leave it there. Listen, you ever hear Leafy there talk about all that thing they say about Dr. Rowley in the Parliament?
No, he never call and say, you know, them things that they said about Dr. Rowley in the Parliament, about his father, and all them kind of thing. He never called and said that those things should have never been said. But you want me to play back now all what Dr. Rowley said about Mr. Manning?
Yeah, and when you really look at what Dr. Rowley went through, yes, and it has no other parliamentarian went through that kind of embarrassment, and in our parliament. So I don't really take them on, them fellas not serious. They're one-sided. So you have a good show and I enjoy yourself. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
According to the former Prime Minister, he willingly agreed and signed a letter to the President in support of Dr. Keith Rowley as leader of the opposition and encouraged the San Fernando East constituency, which he represents, to nominate Dr. Rowley as leader of the party. He goes on to say that he has attended each sitting of the Parliament and supported the positions taken by the parliamentary team of the PNM, led by the opposition leader, and more importantly says that he has, quote, studiously avoided the limelight and not sought to upstage Dr. Rowley at...
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Pastor Google. I just turned on, but anyhow, I know I have an idea about what you're referring to. Now, I heard that this lady, she was saying that how Mr. Xiaojiang's stepdaughter, whatever, involved in drugs and all of that. Is it like the drug that she involved in, was it the same thing like the plant-like substance from past?
That and worse.
Was found in they found in the past minister's home?
Yeah, that and worse.
That is the same thing, or I thought it was a different plant that is cooked for food now, because it seemed as though she didn't know about that. And why it is they are not speaking about the good things Mr. Young and the Prime Minister did to go to America to get the the whatever thing the Americans get against the Venezuelan government in order for them to go and negotiate to get the oil to come to Trinidad and Tobago from Grenada with the Trinidad people to maintain our future generations. They are not speaking about that part of it that Mr. Young played. Also to get back some money from a highway where former government did something a day before election with the clause and all of that so that they could get back the money. Why they are not speaking about that and the outcome of the oil agreement for Trinidad and Tobago along with Grenada, with Venezuela. Those are good things, and none of them are talking about it, but all of them who they talking about the Prime Minister, it seemed as though the Prime Minister was a steel pan for them to bomb his name. Now that he decided to go, they all feel sorry that they can give information what he should do and what he shouldn't do, and he should. In other words, like they now realize how good he is, but they're talking bad things about him. Them not have to business with the PNM. The PNM have their structure. Let us see about who they have around them, because they have some people, every one of them have quotas to attend to. Let us talk about that. Okay then.
All right,
Bye.
thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Pastor Google.
Let me ask you this now. You'll be calling. I want to just prepare
Oh,
myself.
let me see what I call for her.
Yeah, but just
Then
1
you can
minute.
talk
I just want to ask you something. Just like with Kingsley and Wall Street and there, I just want to prepare myself to know that you will.
Don't compare me with Kingsley and Wall Street.
I just want to know if you will be calling, if you would be calling as regular as them.
No.
Oh, you will not be calling as regular as them.
Not regular.
Okay, I just realized you're calling twice now. Well, actually, 3 times.
I'll confirm something with you all. Pastor Google, from 2010 to 2015 and onwards, I was defending Dr. Rowley and the ground report.
No, it wasn't. You wasn't defending. No, it wasn't defending. No, it wasn't. Listen to me. You wasn't defending.
What were you talking about? What were you talking about?
No, you wasn't defending. If you was, you wasn't. No, you were making.
Defending the.
No, you weren't. You weren't. You were making. You were making a joke.
You see, you come to make excuse here.
No, you making an excuse.
Where was all you?
I was always around.
When I was on the ground report.
Wait, just now.
Left, right, and center.
No, you wasn't getting no blows. You wasn't getting no blows. Stop fooling people.
I wasn't getting no blows.
No, you were calling. You used to call and used to make jokes. I used to listen to you.
There was patting on my shoulder.
You was a part of all of that. You wasn't serious.
All right, Pastor Google. Have a nice day.
Same
I want
to you.
Call again.
Okay. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, morning. He's still on the line?
No.
Oh, gosh, I wanted to ask him a question. Man. And the question I wanted to ask him is this. If somebody stood up in the road, stood up in the road or stood up in the parliament and speaking about him, that he was a product of rape, that his father raped his mother, and that is how he came into this world, how would he have felt? That the whole world knows or has been told that you were a product of rape. Your father raped your mother, and that is how you came to be in this world. Ask him, and almost as if because you were a product of rape, you too would be disposed to raping people, and that you raped a young woman somewhere in your community. Yes, and a child came out of that. How would you have felt? These are the things you must ask these people, man. You must ask these people. That is the stinkiest thing I've known of any government to do. You allow one of your cabinet members, and on top of that, a black Tobagonian woman, referring to a black Tobago man, and telling him that he was a product of rape. That's how he came to be in this world. That's how you have to ask him. Don't play the fool and play around with him. If somebody say you came from rape, how would you have felt? That is the point about it. And Dr. Rowley had to sit down there and take that like a loopy dog. You had to sit down there and take that And you know what? Guess what? Let me tell him something. 4 years before that, Patrick Manning stood up in the parliament. He had just suffered a stroke at Google. You would remember. He had just suffered a stroke. And he stood up in the parliament and he displayed a picture of a house in San Fernando. And it was a picture of the Cesar's house. Wade Mark stood up and told him, you cannot display any picture in the parliament. And Wade Mark kicked him out of the parliament. He expelled him from the parliament. And to see this man hobbling with a stroke, hobbling out of the parliament. And 4 years later, Vanilla Allen Toppin, she stood up in the parliament, displayed a picture of an old house in Tobago, where either Dr. Rowley's father raped his mother, or where Dr. Rowley raped the young woman. And you know, Wade Mark allowed Vanilla Allen Toppin to display the picture. He allowed her to display the picture. You must ask him these kinds of questions when he called back. If he happy if somebody say he is a product of rape, that is how he was born. That is the kind of thing you must ask him. And who allows Vanilla Allen Toppin to do that? It's a leader. It's a prime minister. Because when the prime minister was interviewed after, and the media asked her, did you know what Vanilla Allen Toppin was going to do? She said, yes. It was discussed at the cabinet level. So you see who endorses nastiness, leave it there. I don't normally get into anything with you, but I just want to let you know that it is with you is the pot calling the kettle black. I am telling you that this morning. Thank you, Pastor Guga.
Hello, good afternoon. Good morning, sorry. Hello, morning. Hello, morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, I would not let these people distract me in any way to look at the good of the MPs and member of parliament and senators of the PNM. They cannot distract me with that. And those people who think that they are not doing good, just go and Google and see the performance of the PNM. Even under Mr. Manning, he has not finished. He had not finished. He called the election because he couldn't do certain things, but he had not finished. And, you know, and look at Trinidad and Tobago today. Beautiful. I want the UNC supporters to tell us who were asking the U.S. to do what they do to Venezuela and other countries. I don't have too much impact on it. Concerning, oh gosh, what they ask the U.S. to do to us, boy?
Sanction.
Sanction our country to leave us poor and begging. Not to deal with other countries. We will never have had the oil deal today. Right? Who's going to do that wickedness on their people? So they're not going to distract me, you know. And Pastor Google, you remember a time when they say Mr. Manning had died and Mr. Manning had to come to Port of Spain to let people know he's alive? People spread all type of wrong information, lies, and I'm glad this gentleman called and talk about how they are nasty, and I'm saying that is evil. Those type of behavior are evil behavior, to treat the minds of your citizens in that way, to fool them. Have a pleasant day, Pastor Google.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're getting ready to go for the news in a short bit. Alright, so don't touch your dial. Stay right there. We're getting ready to go for the news. And here now, boy. Hey, I don't know now. Oh gosh, I just wanted to know if he's going to be a regular staple to the program, so that I could mentally prepare myself now. You know what I mean? I could mentally prepare myself to hear that kind of nonsense. That is all I wanted to know, you know. So when I asked him, I said, "Are you going to be like Wall Street, Kingsley, and the others now, calling the program randomly and stuff like that?" So I could know when I see or hear the voice, I could say to myself, "Okay, Google, this man calling in, prepare your mind." Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor Google,
Hi.
not only prepare yourself mentally, spiritually important, please. You need that guidance. Okay, darling?
Okay.
You're strong enough. You're going to make it. You will make it. Don't give up. By the grace of God, you'll make it. We will make it. Don't worry. Okay, have a good day, darling.
Same to you. Yeah, so I just wanted to know because I can't even the surprises, boy. Oh gosh. Can't even them surprises, no? Can't even them surprises. Let me know for 2025. Leave it there to be calling. So prepare yourself. That's all I wanted to know. You get hot under the collar. You get hot. He got fiery. Yeah. I will not call him back. I will not be calling back. You feel like it's Bruce. I go beg her to call back me. Call me. That is your business. Hello, good afternoon.
And I know you're making me laugh. Leave it. Let me tell you something that we don't want you. We don't want you. You're talking tata every year. PNM go win all year. I'm ready to vote. Bye.
All right. All right. If man gets hot under the collar, I will not be calling back. Okay. That is your problem. That's not my problem. Hello, good afternoon.
Good morning, sir.
Good afternoon. The clock done. How much minutes again before 12?
My time this morning. It's not 12 o'clock yet.
All right.
Bills to pay. And so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle. From the first restaurant in 1968, when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air, they just couldn't resist. And like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. The kids can't resist it either. Plus, they have more to enjoy. For me, the castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TNT.
Planning your Tobago getaway? Choose the highest Google-rated car rental company on the island, O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago. Located just minutes from the A&R Robinson International Airport, at O'Neill, we pride ourselves on being the most tech-savvy car rental company in Tobago. Our process is 100% digital. No paperwork, no long lines. From easy pickup to seamless returns, renting a car in Tobago has never been simpler. WhatsApp us now at 1-868-361-1042 to book your vehicle. Don't forget to mention promo code RADIO2 to receive a 5% discount on your rental. Send a WhatsApp message to 1-868-361-1042 today. That's 1-868-361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago, the easiest, most reliable car rental experience on the island.
Vehicle availability is subject to change. Driver must be at least 25 years old and have a valid driver's license to book. For more information, visit www.rentalcartobago.com.
I was rocking Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
News from the street, 919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. This is the Midday News, broadcasting on the street, 919 FM. In your headlines, opposition leader does not want a panday in her party. Arima disappointed Beckles passed over for PM. Dad and son robbed and beaten by bandits. Regionally, Barbados says no confirmed HMPV reports worldwide. And internationally, tents arrive for quake survivors in freezing Tibet. Now, the news in detail. Michaela Panday, leader of the Patriotic Front and daughter of the late Basdeo Panday, responded to a social media comment suggesting she should have joined the United National Congress instead of forming her own party. She shared that she had previously offered to help the UNC, but was rejected by opposition leader, who reportedly did not want any association with the Panday family. Panday emphasized that forming her own party was not about seeking leadership, but offering an alternative to the current political landscape. She also clarified that her father, Basdeo Panday, had offered to assist the opposition leader in 2011, but his offer was declined. Panday criticized the UNC's failure in recent elections and warned against the dangers of complacency, urging that the country needed a fresh approach. She expressed her determination not to watch the country burn due to power struggles and divisiveness, stressing that the people deserve a choice in democracy. Panday also invited the commenter to organize a meeting with the opposition leader, promising to attend. In more news, in Arima, many residents are disappointed that their Member of Parliament, Penelope Beckles, was passed over for the position of Prime Minister, which instead went to Stuart Young. The selection came after a vote by People's National Movement, MPs, where Young won 11-9 over Beckles, despite Beckles being well regarded in Arima for her hard work and dedication to the community. Local vendors and residents, including Veronica Joseph, expressed frustration, believing Beckles was more deserving of the leadership role due to her years of service and personal connection with the people. Some residents felt Young, seen as less relatable, lacked the grassroots connection that Beckles, with her long political experience, could offer. Beckles herself has not commented extensively on the decision, but appreciated the strong support from her constituents. While some Arima residents speculated that Prime Minister Rowley's influence played a role in Young's selection, others pointed to Beckles' past challenges to Rowley's leadership, which may have affected her chances. Political analyst Dr. Bishnu Raghunath suggested that Beckles' past rivalry with Rowley might have led to her exclusion, despite her extensive political background. Meanwhile, many in other constituencies, including Port of Spain and Diego Martin West, also expressed preference for Beckles over Young, citing his relative inexperience. Young is expected to assume the role of Prime Minister in March, though the PNM's convention on September 28 will formally decide the party's leadership. In further news, a father and son were injured in a violent robbery at their business on Corinth Road, San Fernando, on Monday afternoon. The two men, aged 59 and 29, were attacked with a kitchen knife by three masked men who entered their property around 3:30 p.m. The bandits, who were initially thought to be customers, also struck a customer with a baton during the ordeal. The attackers stole money, gold jewelry, and personal items, including a cell phone valued at $1,400. They also took $9,000 in cash and US $500 from the father and son's home. After ransacking the property, the robbers fled in a blue Toyota Aqua, taking a digital video recorder with them. The victims were taken to the hospital, and police have launched an investigation. In regional news, Barbados health authorities have dismissed concerns about a potential outbreak of respiratory illnesses in China, including human metapneumovirus. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Kenneth George stated that there is no credible information or reports from global health organizations, like the World Health Organization or the Pan American Health Organization, to support claims of an unusual rise in respiratory illnesses in China. Dr. George explained that an increase in respiratory illnesses is common during the winter season, as seen in countries like the US, where flu, RSV, and COVID-19 cases often rise. In Barbados, influenza cases typically increase around this time, but the Public Health Lab has not found any cause for alarm, noting that viruses like HMPV usually lead to mild illness, with symptoms similar to the common cold. He reassured the public that there is no need for panic. advising people to practice good hygiene, wash hands frequently, and avoid close contact with sick individuals. He also reminded vulnerable groups, like the elderly and pregnant women, to take extra precautions during flu season. The Ministry of Health will continue to monitor the situation and keep the public informed. In international news, rescue teams in Tibet continued searching for victims of a powerful earthquake that struck near Shigatse, a city sacred to Tibetan Buddhists, before shifting focus to resettling survivors. The earthquake, which hit at a high-altitude region, killed 126 people and injured 188 as of Tuesday evening. Many survivors now face freezing temperatures, and relief efforts have been ramped up with tents, quilts, and food being provided. The earthquake, with a magnitude of 7.1, also caused more than 500 aftershocks and was felt near Mount Everest and the Nepal border. The focus has now moved to resettling those displaced, with workers setting up temporary shelters and distributing aid. Tibet's Emergency Management Department is leading recovery efforts, while reconstruction plans are being prepared. The quake's epicenter was located around 25 kilometers from Shigatse, which is home to the Panchen Lama, a key figure in Tibetan Buddhism, though it's unclear if he was affected by the disaster. In India, a candlelight vigil was planned in memory of the victims, led by the Dalai Lama, though China's government continues to view him with suspicion due to his political stance on Tibet's independence. Let's take a look at what's happening in the world of sports. Former West Indies wicketkeeper Derek Murray emphasized the importance of developing cricket from the grassroots level up to the elite level to improve the standard of the game in the region. Speaking on the Mason and Guest radio program, Murray said that without proper administration and a structured development system, West Indies cricket will continue to struggle. He pointed out that players need to be prepared for elite cricket at a younger age, ideally from primary school, rather than waiting until their mid-20s to reach a competitive level. Murray stressed that focusing only on the end product, like the national team's performance in tournaments, won't improve standards unless there is a solid development process in place. He also highlighted ongoing discussions within the CARICOM subcommittee on improving the governance of West Indies cricket, including how to better manage player development from the early years to the top levels of the sport. Here's the weather update for this afternoon and tonight. Expect mostly hot and sunny conditions with a brief, isolated shower possible. Tonight will be fair and cool. The maximum temperature will be around 32 degrees. Seas are moderate, with waves ranging from 1.5 to 2.0 meters around Trinidad and Tobago, and up to 2.5 meters in open waters elsewhere. In sheltered areas, waves will be below 1 meter in TNT and up to 1.5 meters elsewhere. Recapping the headlines. Opposition leader does not want a Panday in her party. Arima disappointed Beckles, passed over for PM. Dad and son robbed and beaten by bandits. Regionally, Barbados says no confirmed HMPV reports worldwide. And internationally, tents arrive for quake survivors in freezing Tibet. That was your News on the Street 919 FM. Do have a safe and productive day.
News from the street. News from the street. 919fm.com.
Steam is coming to Bago every Friday night. It's DJ night and the steam is rising. Get ready. Steamy Friday. Every Friday after Work Lime. 5 p.m. at Vibes the Event. Space, formerly known as The Shade. 15 Mount Pleasant Boulevard, Bon Accord. Free entry. 10 beers all night with an all-star DJ cast. Unbeatable drink specials. Book one of our exclusive Cabana specials and take the vibes to another level. It all happens. Steamy Friday, every Friday, where the party never cools down. Steam on a Friday, only at Vibes the Event Space. Shop the biggest New Year sale now at Furniture Plus. Get up to 50% off in-store and online. Come enjoy massive savings on appliances, furniture, electronics, mattresses, and more. Plus, enjoy exclusive discounts with higher purchase plans 12 months and over. That's not all. Earn Caribbean Airlines travel miles when you shop with us. All stores open today. Come shop the biggest New Year sale at Furniture Plus. Get up to 50% off in-store and online. Check press and social media for details. You are invited to join Pastor Morris Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly, Miracle Center located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande for the Old Time Gospel Hour, Family Radio Ministry, every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., Mondays 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Trauma and Bereavement also, every Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., The Law and You, Wednesdays from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., Dealing with Disabilities, and every Friday evening from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. All-night prayer on the Street 919 FM, designed with you in mind. This program deals with the day's issues from a biblical perspective, and you will also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He has shown you, O man, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you, but to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank would be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222. For further information, call 753-111-3 or 61 0-4673. Tune into the Street 919 FM every Thursday from 10:25 a.m. to 10:55 a.m. for the program Conscious Talk with Steve Ant. Trying to be conscious is to be aware of what is happening around you, where we are at, and where we are going. Every Thursday from 10:25 a.m. to 10:55 a.m. Conscious Talk. The Street 919 FM is your platform for informed debate and critical thinking as we dive into the heart of political and social issues, empowering you to make informed decisions. Join our Facebook community, The Street 919 FM, and connect with like-minded individuals. Share your thoughts, engage in constructive dialogue, and stay updated. Follow, like, and share, and be part of the movement.
You're listening to the Street 919 FM, your destination for the best music around. All the hits and timeless classics on the Street 919 FM.
How many of you enjoying our music for your lunch break? I needed a break. I don't know about you. I needed a break. So, I don't know if I like all that talk. I need a break. I take a break. Oh, man. Yeah. So, all who like talk. Who's this calling me here? Let me see who's this calling me here. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, you're going to find out, Pastor Google. I know balancing there with that music going.
Well, right, well, continue to balance. Continue to balance. You continue to balance now. Man calling me to tell me I talking over his music, he balancing. Only good me. And I'm sure it are people who saying, well, where Google gone? Look how long this man gone. He ain't come back yet. What going on with he? You know, people want to talk. I am sure that have people who saying that. And I'm sure that they are the ones who saying just like that caller. Hey, don't be talking over that music there, you know. I balancing here. Oh, Lord. Trinidad and Tobago, good afternoon. The time now in Trinidad and Tobago is 12:37. And what can I say? Mr. Levy, there somebody told me to play this over for you because they think that you want to hear it. They think that you didn't hear it and they want you to hear it again. You know, because they believe that you are somewhat intrigued by this song. So, but let me write this song by this video. So, Mr. Levy there, I heard that this is a request, or this is a request for you. So, I will play it for you, Mr. Levy there. And Mr. Levy there, somebody else told me I need to have a Thanksgiving service if you decide not to call back my show.
Former PNM leader and Prime Minister Patrick Manning has been forced to break his silence about the leadership of the PNM and his future in the party following a published report claiming several MPs were lobbying that he return as political leader. In a one-page statement, the former PNM leader and Prime Minister is making it clear that he will not take part in any activity which is not in the best interest of the PNM and its leader, Dr. Keith Rowley. According to the former Prime Minister, he willingly agreed and signed a letter to the President in support of Dr. Keith Rowley as leader of the opposition and encouraged the San Fernando East constituency, which he represents, to nominate Dr. Rowley as leader of the party. He goes on to say that he has attended each sitting of the Parliament and supported the positions taken by the parliamentary team of the PNM, led by the opposition leader, and more importantly says that he has, quote, studiously avoided the limelight and not sought to upstage Dr. Rowley at any time, end quote. Mr. Manning goes on to make it clear that he continues to be loyal and committed as a PNM member and is a supporter of the PNM political leader Dr. Keith Rowley, who was elected according to the party's constitution. Referring specifically to the published report, which suggests that several MPs have been lobbying Dr. Rowley to be removed and replaced by Mr. Manning, he states, quote, I have neither approached any of my colleagues in the party nor any single party member in support of unseating Dr. Rowley, and does not intend to allow my name to be used by persons associated with acts of treachery involved in undermining the political leader, end quote. During his tenure as PNM leader and Prime Minister, the relationship between Mr. Manning and Dr. Rowley was the subject of much debate and headlines. Following the PNM's crushing election defeat, Mr. Manning resigned as PNM leader and has since made very few public appearances. For CNC3, I'm Melissa Williams.
Right. So that was for Mr. Levy there. Okay, Mr. Levy there. All right. I hope that you listened and enjoyed Mr. Levy there. So, I want to play this song for you guys and then I'm going to come back, open up the phone lines and, okay. Somebody calling. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Alright, so I'm going to play this song for you guys. I'm going to come back and take some of your calls straight until the top of the hour.
My son was a good boy. Words of a mother. As he's laying down on the asphalt, pleading crying out on the corner. She's calling on Jesus' name, asking why did they kill him. My son was a gentle soul. He never do nobody nothing. Then a man shout, woman. The son went on a banging in a stolen vehicle. While you feel the next team swing back, the boy killed 3 people. Speeding off at the scene he went on. A little girl get bounced down. Yet still she saying heads have to roll for the ones who take she's on the soul. Mama good son, no get gunned down. Yeah. Mama good son, no get gunned down. I know she crying out for justice, for she son who was a killer. Justice. A little notorious gangster. Justice. This boy was killing people. They used to call him Dr. Evil. Justice. For the real headbanger. Justice. For the #1 shotter. Justice. They say when he ride, he never stick. They used to call him the Trinity John Wick. Mama good son, no get gunned down. Hey. Mama good son, no get gunned down. Hey, as she holds her son lifeless body, crying out in pain. I hear a lady in the background shouting, woman, you ain't have no shame. Like the same boy we used to cuss you, treat you like a dog and hit you. Now you're here with tears in your eye, crying for this ungrateful child. He was a pest in the community. He used to advantage everybody. He used to glad when mountain come. Why? He want to tax all people the money. He beat up his child mother, shoot behind the big brother. The way you're feeling, now you know how much other people he make feel. So mama good son, no get gunned down. Hey, mama good son, no get gunned down. I know she crying out for justice, for the community terrorists. Justice. #1 extortionist. Justice. And if nobody in, pay him no tax. He kidnap the family and burn down their business. Justice. For somebody so evil. Justice. Oh, you said distress people. Justice. But all you seeing is the hole in the face, not the loaded Beretta in the waist. And mama good son, mama good son, mama good son, no get gunned down. Hey. He had a mind full of bitterness, he had a heart full of hate. But now you crying out your liver string, like this boy was a saint. We do expect you to smile and be happy. After all, you see mother. But how much other mother sons your son bury? Now you're seeing ways karma. You never used to show no concern when they tell you the boy out of control. You even act like you never know. The last child mother is 14 years old. When everybody complaining, you say they envy and jealous him. You didn't want to talk to him since he's small. No, nobody don't want to hear you as your ball. Mama good son, no get gunned down. Hey, mama good son, no get gunned down. I know she crying out for justice to the people on the corner.
This march is being brought to you by Royal Castle. Our culture, our taste.
Stems.
Yes, I can hear them saying, boys, stop living in the past. Where can I find that energy, the raw magic that comes down from the grassroots? Yes, I'm from a place where soca, the resounding power. You could feel anytime, any hour, sunshine or shower. You will feel it anywhere you look, and it read like a storybook. I come from when ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it when Arima had it, Maturita had it, Santa Rosa had it, Onyaruka had it, in Mova had it, in Sawa link inside Arima and Central Tobago and Southside. The traffic on insomnia morning down the by Westmoreland have cars parking like a garage. Me drinks bottle long like ruler in a cooler and we tripping down the mouse to for Caranot. Them time the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it on the ground, used to carry it. We used to carry it on the flag, to the carry it. We used to carry it on the cooler, to the carry it. We used to carry it when Central had it, Korea had it, Columbia had it, Dipping Penal had it, 500 had it, and Enterprise had it, Hoover had it, the full of vibes. Downtown Fit was a safe space. 30,000 people of different background, confusion, PSA ground shaking like an earthquake. But everyone was fine, it was when hot girl wine. We used to say the downtown massive and the uptown massive with no fences to separate. And it was like a rite of passage when your clothes get damaged, just you start fretting by the gate. Them time did the ground, we used to carry it. We used to carry it up and down, we did carry it. We used to carry it when the flag to the carry it. We used to carry it when the bag to the carry it. We used to carry it, Marabella had it, and Santa Cruz had it, Pinto had it, Palo Seco had it, and Nancy Shell had it, Chola Filet had it, and Maraca had it, and everywhere hands in the air there now. Hand up in the air, hand up in the air, hands in the air now. Hand up in the air, hand up in the air, hands in the air now. Hand up in the air, hand up in the air, hands in the air now. Hand up in the air, hand up in the air. Them and the laws of the ghetto did say make sure nothing else ain't echo but sound. Big CEO and management team used to leave work to make sure that they touch ground. Big flag flapping all over like wind. Chocolate baby jumping with light skin. Them time a man jump a tune 2 weeks into carnival and take away everything. Them time the ground used to carry it. We used to carry it to the ground, used to carry it. We used to carry it, come strong when we carry it. We used to carry it up and down when we carry it. Yeah, when we carry it, when Wallafield had it, Komoto had it, Malabar had it, La Quinta had it, Maloney had it, Point Fortin had it, Diego Martin had it, Martin had it.
That road march was brought to you by Royal Castle. Our culture, our taste.
Right, I'm back with you, Trinidad and Tobago. Back with you, back with you, back with you. I want to play something for you guys. I tell you, the discussion is not going to stop, you know. I don't know how many of you think that this is just going to blow over and, you know, just pretend as though it doesn't exist. Or people's opinion would not be sourced. So, one of Dr. Rowley's biggest critic, and you know, somebody who believed that they are the best financial guru and spokesman for Trinidad and Tobago, a man by the name of Mr. Mariano Brown. So the list is getting bigger. So you have Freddie Ferreira, Ms. Jennifer Baptiste Primus. Now you have Mariano Brown, Karen Nunes Duchera, somebody else, and the gentleman who I told you all about this morning would have also made his statements. Let me tell you his name, because I got his proper name, so I want to say it for you. His name is Mr. Robert Lee Hunt. Okay? So Mr. Robert Lee Hunt, Miss Jennifer Baptiste Primus, Karen Nunes Duchera, what's the next man name? I'll just tell you. Freddie Ferreira. And now you have Mr. Mariano Brown. Take a listen to Mr. Mariano Brown's opinion on the choice by the Parliamentary Caucus on the choice of Minister Young. When you listen to Mariano Brown, will you feel it easy?
Well, the Parliamentary Caucus has nothing to do with the party per se, except that they are members of the party who are in Parliament. So it satisfies the constitutional arithmetic with regard to the election or succession of a new person to be the prime minister. But the organs of the party have been bypassed. And it would appear that it has been a matter of deliberate strategy to bypass the organs of the party, in which case you have to ask the question, why? The presumption would be that if Mr. Young is sufficiently strong and commands the respect of the party, then it would not be a problem for him to have been endorsed by the party. And the two mechanisms to be able to do that are, one, the convention, and two, the general council. Outside, the annual convention is the highest organ in the party, and after it is the general council, which is made up of constituency representatives from the 41 constituency groups or umbrella bodies within the PNM organization structure, as well as executives from the Youth League, as well as the PNM Women's League, and the elected officers of the party.
Well, let me ask you, Mariano, these same organizations, these entities within the internal structure of PNM, are they not the same people that endorsed him to be the chairman? I'm surprised they would not probably consider him for this more senior role, the top role. What's your take on that?
The chairman of the party and the political leadership of the party are not the same. The chairman of the party is partly responsible for the organization of the party and will be part of the screening committee which selects candidates. Now, at the end of the day, that group that I just called the General Council is about 150 people. That parliamentary caucus of 21 people is just 21 people out of 150. And whatever they vote would have to be within the context of the 150. They do not outrank the General Council. And one has to remember that a political representative is elected from the constituency groups. So the minister is subordinate to the desires and wishes of the constituency. That's what the General Council is there for. It cannot make a determination in its own right without the agreement of General Council. And the idea of that structure is that it would be a robust feedback mechanism which gives the views of the various constituencies. One will recall that Dr. Eric Williams himself had been faced with difficulties in terms of selection of candidates, and that in some instances that the candidates and the constituencies disagreed with the Prime Minister's selection, and he had no choice but to back down. That's what happens in in democratic institutions. The will of the majority prevails. And one would have thought that in these circumstances, given that they have time, that would be the mechanism which had been used. Obviously, that since that mechanism has not been used, we have to presume that Dr. Rowley did not think that his choice would pass muster.
See the clock counting. You see I run out of time? You only see I run out of time? So you go deal with Mariano Brown tomorrow, please God. Because I have to leave now. The phone line's going crazy. I have to leave. You'll deal with Mariano Brown tomorrow. You see how people misleading, boy? I can't deal with it now. I am out of here. Have a pleasant afternoon, everyone. Talk to you guys 5 o'clock.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM. Are you searching for the perfect venue for your wedding reception, company retreat, graduation celebration, or just an unforgettable party? Well, look